Hey guys, Chris. So I just got my Skout Epoch. So I am putting the I ordered from Pyramid Air the lower rail that they made for the Skout air gun. So I'm assembling that, and that's about it. I just opened it. This case is crazy. This is like a legit Pelican case. It's not like even the one I bought at Harbor Freight. I have one that I got at Harbor Freight. That was $200. This has got to be like a $400 case, easily. At least it's got to be like a $400 case. I'm thinking at least like three, but it's probably in the $400 range if that one at Harbor Freight. I mean, the one at Harbor Freight is pretty damn durable, but it's no Pelican. You know, this is an actual Pelican. So they must have struck some kind of deal with them and get these at a good price at volume. But everybody that I saw in the videos when I've been doing research on the gun has said that the case is really nice, but it's like really nice. This is a phenomenal case. Like they were going. The gun is a phenomenal gun. It just oozes quality. It really does. I mean, I'm going to show it to you in close up in a minute, but when you see it and feel it, it's like, you know, this is a gun that they were trying to make a statement. You know, like they really went above and beyond with a lot of stuff on this gun. I mean, the whole electronic part, that's obviously new regardless of what else, but like the fit and finish and some of the things like the magazine being, it's all made out of solid aluminum, and it's magnetic. The top is magnetic, and it's magnetically sucked into the gun. I mean, it's a serious gun. This is really well made. And this moves up and down. You have your adjustable buttstock, and then this also comes out with this dial. I have to loosen those couple of nuts, but it's still turning and it still goes out. And then your cheek piece goes up. And the cocking is so easy because it's not really, there's no spring that it's pulling. And then the power button's over here.
Powering on. Welcome to the Epoch experience. Firing mode. Limit. Battery level 60%. Fire timer on. Fire timer off.
So I gotta change the settings where it doesn't have the fire timer and a couple other things I need to do, but the gun is impressive. I haven't shot it yet. I mean, other than just, you know, like that, just making sure everything's going right. But I haven't actually shot it yet. And I think I'm gonna put my LRPS5 scope on this. And I've been looking at a couple of March scopes. I may put a March scope on this long term. I'm not 100% yet, but I'm leaning towards it because I recently was talking to the guy from Ed Gun West, which, by the way, those incendiary pellets are incredible. I literally told them to send me 4 more boxes right after I just bought 2 because they're awesome. And that's, you know, you see I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm not telling you guys to do something I wouldn't do myself. That's I just bought 2, and I'm telling them to send me 4 more, and I probably should do more because they run out quick. Because it's not like it's being mass produced. It's being regularly produced, but it's not being mass produced. So, you know, like he'll be out and then he'll get him again, but it doesn't happen like on a regular schedule. And a lot of people want them, so they're already on. Like I was on a waiting list before I got the notification that they were in stock. So if you guys can't get them, if he is out of stock again, then just put your name on that list. I got a call coming in. I'm gonna come right back. Sorry about that, guys. A lot of stuff with tenants today. So anyways, the case is beautiful. The toolkit that comes with it, if you guys have ever seen any of the stuff that they say, it's all true. I mean, it comes with a whole set of like high quality ball end Allen wrenches. These are good quality. They're standard sizes though, probably because it's an American made gun. It's mostly standard size stuff on it. And then, and I don't know if I mentioned, I bought this from somebody on Facebook. I bought this from, somebody had it for sale in a Facebook group. And Ed, thank you very much. I appreciate you if you're watching. So I got this for around $1,800 by the time we all was said and done. And, you know, it had the, this is all stuff that comes with it, the 3 barrels. It comes with a positive and negative. So this is the positive, and I'm not sure which one is in there. I got to check on the actual barrel itself, because there's one that's right at the caliber that you get, and then there's one that's a little more of a bite and less of a bite, or probably 1/1000th of an inch or so bigger or smaller. So it'll grab the pellet or slug a little different. So they include those with the gun. I think they're selling for like $2,300 or $2,400 right now. So I saved some money on it, and he did have also these adapters for the. So if I wanted to use my own suppressor, I could adapt it to a 1/2 inch, and what else? A digital manometer and an extra magazine. So there was 2 magazines, and the rail I bought myself before I got here. And then there's another part. Oh, this is probably, I think this is the old barrel setup that they used to have. He must have gotten the new one. They have, I did a lot of research on the gun before I got it. They had this is like a tensioning barrel system. This tightens down. But this was the one that they had before. It just had O-rings, and it kind of sat in there. So obviously he must have upgraded that, because that looks like the original one. And then I have another magazine. Is it in the? Oh, it's in the gun. So, and check this out. This is all magnetic. The lid to the magazine, as well as the magazine going into the gun. So this just like, hold on. It sucks it right in. It's pretty cool. Look. It just like sucks in there, magnetic. It's pretty cool. That's a first. I've seen obviously the magnetic lids. That's even on studs, but this being sucked into there, and these are strong magnets, and it's a solid aluminum magazine. And these magazines at $100. It might sound like a lot for a magazine, and I guess it kind of is, but for a solid aluminum one, it's not, because I mean, Eagle Vision has them for like $200, I think, and these are higher capacity than the Impact. This is I think it was like 23 rounds in 30 caliber. I'm gonna start with some pellets. Obviously I have to put a scope on it still. I think I'm gonna put my LRPS 5 that's on my bench gun, and I'm going to decide which scope to put on that gun in its place. I've been looking at some March scopes. The incendiary pellets that I picked up from Ed Gun West. The guy Brian there I called him to tell him that once they got them back in stock, and that I actually got some. And I realized I have to make a video for you guys, and I'm going to, because these things are insane. I turned a couple of birds today into confetti, like that video that I made with the 22 caliber ones. They have a good pop, and they definitely make a difference, but they don't make this kind of a difference. The 25s, like the squirrel that I hit, I got 2 squirrels with him today. His stomach was all blown out. Like it didn't actually blow him up, but damn close to it. He was all puffed up. he was loaded and with gas, with explosive dust, smoke coming out of his eyes and his mouth. So it's they're pretty serious. They're pretty awesome. So I'm going to do the first mag of pellets, and then I've been making some semi-lighter slugs. I've been making they're 60 grain I've been doing. So I think 60 grain will be good for this gun. I don't really know its power yet. I have to start shooting it and see what it's capable of. But we'll find out. Okay. Yeah, this scope is gonna come onto that gun. All right, so I'm gonna need my 13 millimeter socket and my torque wrench, my torque screwdriver rather. Where is that? Sorry guys, I forgot I needed this. Okay, here we go. 13 millimeter. I was using it on something else, of course. I think I have a 13 millimeter up there though. For this exactly. Here's one. Here's my shorty. Let's see. Where is it? I'm looking for, I have a 1/4-inch adapter for sockets that goes into the 1/4-inch drive on this. And I was using it for something else and I don't know what I did with it, which is great. I usually actually have a 13 millimeter with one of those in it because I have a few of those right over here. I don't know where it is. It's a deep socket and I had it. It's a deep 13 with a 1/4-inch drive on it. A 1/4-inch, you know, like a screw gun drive that this needs. I have no idea where it is. I must have used it for something and forgot to put it back in the right spot. Again. I know it was up here somewhere, but that's alright, I'm not gonna go crazy looking for it. No, it's not in there. Okay, let me try to find this one. I don't know where I put that one. I definitely would like to use my my torque wrench, because my torque screwdriver, whatever, because there's torque on a scope particularly. There we go. And that's my, no, that's not my 13. On a scope particularly, you want to torque it down properly, and that's 30 pounds on the rail, and it's usually 18 pounds on the scope, which is what I have it set to, which is why it's not taking that off, because I changed the different scope earlier. All right, I didn't change the actual scope, I just changed the rings to raise it up a little bit so I could put the thermal, the clip-on. If it's a scope that the clip-on won't clip on because the scope is too small, they came with these rubber spacers, but the rubber spacers are not going to fill the room between, you know, that 2 to 10 scope, and you know, it's got a 50 millimeter objective that it clamps to, and I have a lot of 50 millimeter objective scopes. This one, that one, no, that's a 56. So I have 3, I think, or 4, but I have a bunch of 56. I have actually more 56 than 50. I think I have 4 56 millimeter. 1, 2, 3, 4 up here. Yeah, 4. So, oh no, 5 in my hand. So I probably should have done 56, but hindsight's always 20/20. Okay. So this is my Zeiss LRPS5, and it's a 5 to 25, and it is on Steiner rings, And the torque on this is 30 foot-pounds, or 30 inch-pounds rather. That's where I have it. Okay, there's my 30. Okay. All right, now I just would like to, so I don't drive myself nuts with this girl talking out of the gun. I'd like to quickly look up how to shut that off and put it in a different mode, and then I will do that, and then we will proceed with trying some accuracy. M5 under 10 millimeter. Then this is my M5 10 to 20 millimeter. And these are my M-locks. Okay. I think I'm going to fill up a mag of slugs while I'm looking up how I make that change on the electronics. I can't believe the quality of this case. That's really impressive. I can't believe the quality of the gun either, but that cost them a lot of money to put it in that case. It really did. So that's why it's surprising, because even if they got a bulk which I'm sure they did, you get a bulk discount on it, it's still a big expense added, and so is that toolkit. Well, that stuff is all very expensive stuff when you do it times however many guns they're making. They were making a statement, and then 3 barrels instead of 1. Yeah, they were making a big statement. Okay, trigger adjustment, electronic operation. The Epoch marker is operated by an advanced electronic circuit board. Power on hold for 3 seconds. Power on hold for 3 seconds. Electronic safety. The Epoch has several criteria required to reduce the chance of accidental discharge. Power on. The gun must be powered on in preparation of fire. Breech closed. The bolt must be in the closed position. Oh, so it won't fire with the breech open. I mean, actually, yeah. I mean, another gun would. It would fire, because once you pull it back, you've got the hammer locked back. If you don't re-engage it, like right now, it would fire. It's turned off. I have to turn it back on.
Powering on. Welcome to the Epoch experience. Firing mode. Limit. Battery level 40%.
Okay, so in match, in this bench rest competition mode, the digital safety must be disengaged with the safety button, will not re-engage until the fire timer has expired or it is re-engaged manually. Multiple steps, multiple steps, where was I? Multiple shots may be fired without leaving fire condition. Hunt. Voice feedback will be silenced by default. That's what I want. And the digital safety must be disengaged after every shot. Well, after every shot in Hunt too? Programming mode. The airgun should be depressurized. Entering programming mode. Adjustable parameters. Firing mode. Switch between those 3 modes. Firing timer, adjust the time period between 1 and 60 minutes. Well, that's good, but I don't want the talking either. Who would want that on a bench either? Dwell, adjust the length of time the pneumatic valve is open for each shot. Oh, that's the dwell time. Breech sensor bypass. I don't need to do that. I just need the safety off. Speaker volume, turn the feedback on and off. Turn voice feedback on and off. Okay, I need to do that. Shut down, voice select. I don't care about I want the voice off. Stick time, okay, shot verification, shot count. Okay, so how do you make these adjustments, does it say? It just describes it. It doesn't say how to actually do it. Where is the way that you actually do it? Oh, that's the USB port. I was wondering where the charging port was. Let's see. This is the full PDF manual, and this is all the diagrams. Oh, I'm sorry. I totally forgot that the camera was turned over there. Sorry about that. I was just reading through the paperwork that comes with the gun. It comes with this like quick setup guide, which has some helpful information in it, and it's you know, like 6 pages. But these are all the diagrams, which I do this for every gun I get except the Rattler because you can't get them. But this is the manual. So it's very extensive, which is probably, I mean, they spent so much on the case and the tools and everything else, they couldn't afford to print a huge book in there too. Honestly, I don't blame them. They had to stop somewhere. You can't go, I mean, they wouldn't be able to sell it for less than $5,000 if they kept going like that. I think the digital manometer he must have gotten separately. Okay, filling it with air, that's pretty simple to figure out. Okay. Oh, the other thing that's really cool on here, you can shut the air. So this is a valve for your tank here. This little dial is a valve, and then this will bleed off the whole gun. So you can leave this open and bleed out the whole tank also, or you can shut the valve on the tank and bleed out just the gun. So if you needed to work on it or whatever, you have a very simple way to do that. And then these two are for the higher and lower pressure, and that one's loose. Those are to adjust like how much air there is going to oh, you have to push it up and then turn it, that's why. Yep, you adjust how much air there is going to open the valve, to hit the valve and open it, and then how much air is coming out once the valve's opened. It's similar to a hammerless. Okay, so this I'm probably going to put a 700cc because this is the 35-inch barrel. I thought I was going to end up with a 25-inch barrel, as I think that's pretty standard, but he had the 35-inch, and they're all 35-inch. So I may order the 25 because even when you get them aftermarket, you get three liners. That'll be almost as long as the barrel. We'll see. That's actually, I got that for my other Impact, and because I have it at my house and I don't use it all that much, I didn't need that much on it. I keep a little tank there. Battery, okay. Battery charging. I'm leaving this on all this time.
Powering off.
Okay. I'll get to shooting it shortly here. I'm just trying to figure out these settings. Maybe I'll make another clip. I'll cut this short because you guys don't need to watch me read. Because there's some stuff that I don't know, and I also think I got my Huma regulator for my HM1000X. So I may end up putting that in as well. I'm gonna go up and see. I think that's what got delivered. I gotta go check on that. So I'll do that while I'm reading, and I'll be back shortly. All right. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back. So I have found out quite a bit since I took a little break because I didn't want to bore you guys to death. So I got it to quiet down, no more talking. I've been messing with some settings to try to get I got some great accuracy, but I've made a lot of changes since then, and the accuracies, I'm trying to get the accuracy back because I was going to heavier slugs. I started with pellets. It was shooting pellets really, really straight, and the velocity was pretty good. I was around 900, and I was getting, I did one hole for 5 shots, was literally the center, all in the red part of a 7-inch target. The center is half an inch, so this is 50 yards. It's sub MOA, so they were all in the same hole. But you know, I can get that accuracy back. I can just go back to those settings, but I'm trying to get it with, these are now 55 grain slugs. I was using 60. The 60s I think are a little too heavy because I can turn it up fast enough to get it about 1,000 feet a second, but not accurately. Not as accurately as I want it. So this is basically just loading a pellet or a slug. So it's very light, and the trigger is incredibly light. It's the HM1000 is incredibly light, but this is a whole nother level of light. I mean, if you guys ever have shot an airsoft gun, it's that light. It's an electronic trigger. It's incredibly light. I just made a pretty big adjustment on the regulator, so I think I need to go back up a little bit. I went down pretty far. Well, that's one of the beauty parts of this gun, is that you don't have to worry about making the adjustment. I mean, every gun is a pain in the ass when you have to do all this tuning. My impact, I spent countless hours trying to get it perfect, and I eventually did, but it took a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of patience. That's pretty close. I might need to try changing the barrel. I think one of the other barrels are probably, this was a good barrel for pellets. I think I'm going to need to try one of the other barrels for the slugs. So also, you'll notice I put the overbore bipod on. I moved the scope back a little bit, and I put it on lifters. So I had to re-zero for that. I had it very well zeroed with pellets. I had to re-zero for that anyway. But I did the overbore bipod because this front arco rail it brings the bipod down so far. You see how low it is? The front of the gun is so far up, you never get the back of the gun to match up. It's not practical. It's just not practical. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the dwell time a little longer. So I haven't seen any videos that actually explain how to use this gun. So like the electronics on it or the tuning or any of that kind of stuff. So what you have to do is when you shut it, oh, well, that was not even going to work. So you have to have, first of all, you have to have the cocking lever back when you shut it. So you have to shut it off, have the cocking lever back, and then you press the safety, which is right in front of the trigger, and the power button at the same time, and hold them both down. And when it turns on, it'll be in the menu. And that's how you make your adjustments. And the safety button will change from one menu to the next. And when you want to adjust something in that menu, you press the power button and it'll say set, and then you change it again, like you actually change the value with the safety. So I just went from 23 to 27 dwell time, and I'm going to save that, and then you have to shut it back off. You hold the power button only, let it shut off, and that'll save it, and then you turn it back on. But that talking was going to drive me out of my mind. But getting through all this, the electronics and everything, I was trying to find that out before I got the gun, so I would know what to do when I got it, and that didn't exactly work out because nobody was actually explaining it. So if somebody would have just said what I just said, then I would have known exactly what to do. So hopefully it'll help somebody else. So, and you can set the safety, so I have it set for 60 minutes. So I can shoot for a straight hour and then hit the safety button when I need to turn it back on, because you do want to have it on if you're not sitting where you can shoot it, because the trigger is that light. It's literally, here, I'm gonna turn it back on. It's that light. It's so crazy light. I mean, like, that, you can't even touch it without having fired it. It's just literally a low voltage solenoid. It's a very light, like a pressure switch or something. I don't know, like in your furnace when you open the door, that little metal thing that tells the furnace, or plastic or whatever it is, that tells the furnace that the door's on, and it'll shut off when you take it off. It's that light. It's not with the switch. It's just like, this is the switch. This is that thing that the door's hitting. And you're just like that little tiny click when it makes contact. Let me try shutting up here. There we go. That's pretty damn close. Yeah, it's not getting any consistency like this, so I'm just wasting slugs. I need to change the barrel. So I may as well go over it with you guys how to do that, because I have an idea. They did show how to do that in some videos, but I haven't actually done it, so it'll be new for me too. Oh, son of a bitch. I don't know where this all fell from. The staple didn't hold. It's a big freaking manual. No, it came from behind this, I believe. Or was it in the middle of it? Oh, I'll turn you guys. Yeah, no, magazine and projectiles, that's where we were. Alright, and then it'll come to barrel. Choosing your projectiles, magazine identification. Well, I'm sure if you know if you bought it, you know what caliber you bought. Moderator assembly, yeah, I got it. Okay, locking cap for the moderator. All right, so I guess the locking cap for the moderator must have to come off. Let me shut this off. Okay. So Inner locking cap. Okay, so yeah, this does need to come off. You'll be able to access the inner liner locking cap and locking nut. The locking cap and nut are standard threads shown partially installed. The liner stripper magazine proper on the same caliber. I don't think this is for barrel breech. What is this thing? Wait, what are we getting at? Okay, barrel. Yeah, this is the liner. Okay, with the barrel removed from the rifle. Okay, I haven't even gotten it yet. Okay, so to remove the liner, loosen the locking nut with a 7/8 or 22 millimeter wrench. I'll have to use an adjustable because I'm not going all the way into my shop to get that. Unscrew the locking cap. Unscrew the locking cap with a set of non-marring pliers. Well, I have my heat shrink covered pliers, or my strap wrench. I'll bring that too. That's a really good thing to have if you're working on these guns, because they're $2,000-$3,000 guns. You don't want to be scratching them up if you don't really have to. I mean, sometimes you get in a jam and it doesn't really matter at that point, because it's more important to make the gun safe. But if you can avoid it, definitely do. So there's always a tool that can do it. This and the vise with the covers on the vise that the rubber pads. I don't know if you guys have ever seen me use them, but I have rubber pads that go on the small vise in there, and then I have another set on the big vise in my workshop. But those are a very good. Oh, that was easy. Oh, wait a minute. No, so you gotta go further. Oh, there we go. Now that's gonna start unthreading that piece. Okay, so you guys can't really see what I'm doing. So I'm taking this out. I'm back. So this little nut hits where that's not threaded any longer, and I just was holding it with this. This is a strap wrench. And it's just a rubber strap. It doesn't mar it at all, and I'm turning that with the open end, and then this should take this out. This is how the barrel's tensioned. It's a long nut. There we go. All right, there's the barrel liner. That's pretty easy. So you don't even have to take the whole barrel out. You just take the liner out of the sleeve. And if you notice, this already has a carbon fiber sleeve already stuck to it. So you don't have to go buying them like with FX. They already come with it. So how does this come off the barrel now? I might have to hold it down for that. I don't know. It shouldn't be on there very tight. I would think it would just sit in there. Same thing as the FX liners. They have that front piece. This is just press fitted tighter. You see, it's got like a little groove in it that sits on, and then there's O-rings in here. Those O-rings, yeah. This is making a much better seal. That 30 years of experience with paintball guns shows stuff like that. Let's see which barrel this is. This is 30 caliber. Epoch carbon fiber system, yeah. But which barrel? Oh, this is the minus barrel. So I don't know if I should go to the regular or the plus. This is just the 300,000s, and this must be the plus. Yep, that's the plus. I don't know which one I want to use. Should I go to the regular or the plus? So if you guys can see, on these 3 barrels, let's see if I can line them all up. So you see right here it has, I don't know if you can, I'm not sure if you can see. Let me try to look through the back and see. All right, so if you guys can see, it says Epoch, and then before that it says 300, and then the top one says 300 minus, the second one says 300, and the bottom one says 300 plus. So I'm gonna go, either way it's 50-50 because there's only 2 left, so I'll go one step up and do the even 300. So that part goes in the back, the one with the land goes in the front. Set that on it. Yeah, that thing sits on there really tight. There we go. Alright, so that's not bad. It's easy to change the liner. I mean, it's easy to change the barrel. I know if you wanted to change calibers, they have that ratcheting system. That's what I was talking about that I knew how to do. This, you lift this, and then, or you push it, and then the other side ratchets down. It has like a little lever on the other side that ratchets down. So this, we want to turn it as far as it'll go. I'm going to try to turn it a little bit with this. That's not gonna work. Shit, I didn't grab my I have a pair of pliers that I use to heat shrink, like heavy heat shrink on it for like thick electrical wires, so that they don't mar anything up. They do a pretty good job, as long as you don't hit the very tip where it didn't cover. So you want to get this part in as tight as you can before you set that lock nut, because that's what's actually tensioning the barrel. And this is just locking it in place. And that you don't need to do any research to figure out. It's pretty simple. Alright. This should be it. It should be locked in place in that. Okay. I was thinking about putting a 700cc on here. I have another 700cc bottle. I haven't decided, but I don't think I'm going to keep that bottom rail, because there's nothing else I would use it for. That was for a bipod. It was like 250 or 300 bucks, and the bipod underneath that thing is way, way, way too low. I mean, this even with the legs out on an Accutech, the front end of the gun was like up here. It was ridiculous. I would have had to have 2 bags on top of each other. It's just stupid. So that's probably gonna, I'll put it back in the box and send it back, because there's nothing I could do with that. All right, so the pressure is it's right around 1800. That's so there's 3 gauges on this gun. There's 1 gauge for the pressure in your tank, which is the one all the way up front. Here, let me move this camera again. But before I do, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So there's one all the way up front on this side. Let me just put you over there. Right here. There's one all the way up front on that side. Let me lock this thing too. There we go. Right there, the one right in front of the tank. That one is for the tank pressure. The one behind it is your low pressure, and this is your high pressure, and this is the pressure that's actually going to be moving the projectile, whatever you're shooting. So that's the one that you want to adjust. That's the forward knob closer to the bottle on the bottom. Those two silver knobs on the bottom of the gun. There's one closer to the grip, and there's one closer to the bottle, here and here. So this one is to adjust the high pressure. The low pressure, there's not really too much reason to mess with because you have the dwell time adjustment. So I'm turning this down a little bit. So tightening this is, when you tighten this, that's what increases it. It's not loosening it to increase it like on an FX. And actually most of the rifles too. So you see I'm loosening it and it's letting air out. It's not making the pressure higher, it's letting air out to make it lower. I'm trying to go around 1500 and see what it does. It's off, that's right. That's empty. The magazines are kind of a little funny. I love that they're magnetic and that they suck right into the gun, and the top is magnetic, and they're also all aluminum, so they're not going to be breaking. But they are kind of funny because they don't stop. There's no point where the magazine stops. So after you shoot your last shot, you hear it like spin around. Because when you start putting the slugs or pellets in, you rotate it like 1 or 2 times, and then just stop wherever you want and start putting in the ammunition. So it's just kind of, I guess it's just kind of new for me. I need a few more. I'll be back in 1 second. So I mean, this gun is supposed to be able to shoot slugs and pellets accurately. The pellets were very accurate, very easily, and that was probably the barrel liner because that's why you get multiple of them. But I guess we're gonna find out right now. Where the hell did that go? Let me open this view up more. Going. Maybe I turned the pressure down too low. I must be going really low. Where did I put that element? So now I want to turn it up, so I'm going to tighten it. And actually probably the dwell time going up would help. Also, these valves don't make as much of a difference. When you have to turn them more to make a bigger difference. Oh, that's already open, so I guess it's full. Or it's got, yeah, that's at 4,000. All right, there we go. Now I hear it moving. There we go, a little bit more. Okay. So it's not as sensitive as like an FX regulator. You need to move it more than just, it's a lot bigger too, so it's not that tiny adjustment. I have no idea where I'm hitting. I'm far enough off that I can't tell where I am, which is definitely not a good thing. There's not that many holes down there. Oh, that must have been me right there. So I'm off to the left and down. Or, well, I'm not sure where I was aiming. I'm gonna turn the dwell time. Maybe it needs to be up a little higher. Let me give it a shot. See, this is the thing. This is all new, so it's like when I first learned how to tune a mechanical gun all over again. Because this is totally foreign. The whole process is totally foreign. Like when I first got. I mean, I had some semi-tunable PCP guns before the Impact, but the Impact was my first like really good PCP. Oh shit, I didn't do it right. I didn't hit both buttons at the same time or something, or the breech wasn't open when I did or something. There we go. Adjust well. I'm gonna try it on 35. Okay. And I'm not gonna change the pressure. I'm just gonna change that dwell time. So what the dwell time is how many. That number is how many milliseconds the low pressure is letting the high pressure out. So that's how many it's directly to do with your velocity. That's how long the valve is open, letting air to go behind the projectile. Safety. Try this. Oh, that's it right there. Okay, they both hit in the same spot. That's a good thing. That's 900 feet a second. Just over. How the hell am I still that high? Oh, I'm not that high. I'm just a little high. Not exactly a little, but fucking light. These motion sensor lights are so handy when you need them, but when you want them to stay on and they don't, they're not. I actually do have fun doing this, but I'm really exhausted. I've had a real long few days. Oh, there we go. I'm close now. I think I'm giving it too much power to be consistent. So let me try to turn this valve down. Let's see where exactly my pressure is right now. It's 1700 or so. Let's try to get it down to 15. There we go. Alright, let's try that. Oh wow, that's way low. I think I need to be somewhere in the middle of that. Yeah, it went down to actually like 1400, so let's see. I want to try it around 16. I was at 18 and I went down to 14 instead of 15, so let's try to turn it back up to 16 or so. It's around there, let's see. There goes my ammo. I'm just burning through way too much ammo. Well, I tell you what, I don't really have the patience for this right now. I don't have the energy for it right now. Because I could be here all night. Because I'll mess with this thing until I get it absolutely perfect. And I just can't do that tonight. I don't have the energy. I've been working too hard. So I'm gonna put the dwell time back where it originally was. And wait a minute, I thought I put it up higher than that. It's on 27, I swear I just turned it up to 35. It was at 23, and then the pressure was lower, a lot lower. It was at like 1100 or something, somewhere around there. I'm gonna put those two back, and this other magazine is full of pellets, so I'm gonna try that and see if I can get back where I was, if I can figure out where I was on the scope. I should be able to see it though, because those were shooting really hard. Okay, back to 23. Set. Alright, now we shut it off. And then back on, and I'm going to put the pellets in there and give that a shot. The dwell time's back where it was. I have to do a little more. I have to do this when I'm not so tired. I have to have some time where I can sit down and try to really mess with this, but so if anybody's like trying to figure out how to adjust this gun, I mean, I know how to adjust it, I just don't have the time to do it right now. So it's that you use the dwell time, your high pressure, your low pressure can, honestly, I don't know what the low pressure would do to the velocity, because let me give it a shot just for shits and giggles. I mean, I'm shooting pellets now, so it's not really what I wanted to figure out, but oops. So we want to go like this. Am I turning it up or down? Low pressure, that's up. That's probably why, because this is reverse threaded. It's not staying threaded on. That would help. That takes a very small Allen key up in the middle of this Allen key. I don't know any of the size Allen keys that this takes. I'm not even really familiar with standard because all my vehicles are American, and American vehicles have metric everything, but American guns have all standard. And foreign cars have all standard. And foreign guns have all metric. Go figure. One size too big. That's a pretty damn small spot. I wonder if that's even gonna reach it. Nope. That's the size though. There we go, now it's turning it. That's down. Okay, let's try that. That's about 1,000 feet a second with a pellet. Let's shoot where I got more space. Yeah, that's it right there. That's pretty accurate. Yeah. It's right back to accurate, just like that. I mean, I did change the low pressure, and the high pressure is higher than it was, so maybe that's why I'm getting the extra velocity. It's right around 1,500 now for the high pressure. The low pressure is about 160 or 70 maybe. That's 200, so yeah, it's probably 170. And this is all in PSI, by the way. It's not in bar. Oh yeah, there's a bullseye right there. That's maybe one click high. So this is a definite competition gun because this is really good with pellets. So it's not great with slugs from what I'm seeing so far. Which is okay, because if I can shoot slugs like this at these velocities, I mean pellets like this at these velocities, it's good for bench rest. Yeah, that's good. Not too far. Damn, I'm going too far one way, too far the other. That's why I've been looking at a March scope. I have so much money invested in rifle scopes, but it seems to be the only. That's right in the middle. That's perfect. It seems to be the only scope that has 1/8 of an MOA measurements. I was looking for that, and even Zero Compromise is a quarter MOA. Even Schmidt and Bender, all the top scopes. Tangent Theta. I looked at all the top scopes, but I did not look at March. I hadn't even heard of March. Then again, I hadn't heard of most of them at that point. Yeah, bullseye. Shit. Alright, let me show you guys how this thing's shooting. I'll bring you down there, let you see the targets. I mean, that was easy to turn it right back where I knew it was going to be accurate, but that's with the zero or the even 300 liner, but with the 300 negative or the minus liner, it was also shooting accurate. So maybe the plus liner, I'm gonna have to sit down with it when I have some time to really dedicate some time to figuring it out and getting it perfect with slugs if I want to shoot slugs out of it. So I was a little all over the place, and then once I just got the pellet zero back in, I was boom, 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 boom. Then that's when I was on the two sides, and then that's when I got back in the middle. And then I ran out of pellets. But you can see it's capable. I mean, this was those 5 shots. I mean, there's actually more since then. It was not even the whole thing. It was just that right there. This one wasn't there. It was just that one hole. That was afterwards from other stuff, all the other holes. But it was just like literally one hole right there. That was half that circle. It was pretty damn good 5-shot group for 30 caliber. Yeah, it's pretty crazy for 30 caliber. That 1 357 could have made that hole. All right, well, you guys got to see, I mean, I spent a lot more time than you guys did. You guys weren't, I didn't have this recording the whole time. So maybe you get the picture why I'm so exhausted. Plus the last week my fiance's been out of state, so when she's away, I'm a workaholic. What do you think I do? I work. So it's been a very busy week, and I'm exhausted. So I'm gonna go home and get some rest before she gets home, because I'm looking forward to seeing her. I miss her. Anyways, hopefully, if any of you guys, the gun is awesome. It's actually it's epic. No, I'm not. It's not that corny. It's really. I don't know if this is going to change the entire airgun market, but I think it's going to change a good portion of it. I think a lot of people are going to be into this type of gun because it's easy. You don't have to take things apart. Like when you want to, people that don't have the ability or don't have the motivation or whatever it is to take the guns apart and put new parts in them and all that kind of stuff, and you know, upgrade internal parts on their own, and or make them or everything else. People that don't want to do that or know how to or have the capability to, they're gonna like this because they don't have to. And you know, that who wouldn't like that if they don't want to have to do it, obviously. But for somebody like me, I actually enjoy doing that stuff. So this, I can still do it on this, just not the same type of stuff. It's not going to be the same. But I don't have to do it as often on this gun, and it gives me more time to focus on the other guns. So I just like all kinds of air guns. I like all kinds of guns. So, you know, this is just one more. But I think this would, with some time behind it and some more lead through it, and really see what this barrel is going to do after it settles in, and you know, and really go through the gun a little more, see how the rest of the tensioning system works, and you know, if there's any other ways I can get a little more accuracy out of it, which I think just more tuning is going to do it. But I like the gun. I think it's a great gun. It's definitely a powerful gun. It's shooting those 30 calibers, almost 1,000 feet a second, which the Crown won't even get up that high. But it doesn't need to, because pellets don't stay stable at that velocity. But I just got to see if I can get it to be accurate with slugs. So I know I got to try the Plus barrel next. I definitely have to try it with the Plus barrel, because the minus barrel just isn't going to do it, and even the 300 regular. So this is the Plus. This will be the next one. But for now, it's shooting pellets perfectly straight, so I'm going to leave it as that for right now, and then I'll try to use it as I'll try to modify it to a slug gun, or tune it to a slug gun when I have some time to spend doing it, because it's going to take some time. But I mean, same as I did. If you guys are looking at getting one of these, you know, print the manual and the diagrams. If you're going to be going through the internals of the gun, print the diagrams. Otherwise, you know, if you buy a new, they have a great warranty. They have 3 years on everything except the electronics is 1 year. Everything else is 3. So they have a, you know, pretty good warranty. And I met the owner. We talked for like over an hour when I met him at the competition. He's a really cool, down-to-earth guy. Or one of the brothers. I met them both, but the one that Bill, that I talked to, he was a really nice guy. We got along. We had a good conversation. He seems like a stand-up guy to be, you know, dealing with his company. So I wouldn't advise it otherwise. But anyways, that's going to be it for me tonight. I'm going to put this away, and I'll deal with the rest tomorrow or whenever. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I was able to show you something. I would have left the camera rolling, but you guys would have been going nuts, because this video is already going to be over an hour, and it would have been like 4. I've been messing with this for like 4 hours, maybe 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Anyways, I didn't want to put up a 4-hour video, and I'm sure you didn't want to watch one. So you guys have a good night. If anybody has any questions, as always, leave them in the comments. I'm happy to respond, and I'm happy to help you guys out any way I can. But I'm going to finish tuning this gun, and when I do, I will make a video of it shooting slugs and what velocity I'm able to get to with accuracy. I did get this over 1100, so you know it's capable of high velocity. It's just keeping the accuracy with it. So I gotta. The same thing with every gun. I had to do that with the Ed gun. I had to do that with all the FXs. I had to do that with all the guns, except the Rattler. That gun just was pretty accurate regardless. But anyways, I'm gonna shut up and let you guys go, and I'm gonna pass out and get some rest. Have a good night, guys, and I will see you next time.